Welcome to Stitches in Time, the podcast discussing Doctor Who the way it was meant to be watched, in chronological order, one clip at a time, starting at the Big Bang and ending with the heat death of the universe. I'm Becca, the Matrix Archivist, and I spent the last 13 years of my life meticulously editing the entire televised Doctor Who universe into chronological order.
And I'm Ben, and I've also attended many meetings that felt important at the time, but very little got done. This Dalek meeting could have been a Dalek email.
True. And also joining us is the lovely Fish Finlee, a South Asian digital artist and live performer in the tabletop role-playing game space. They sing, they draw, they play games, and they're on the board for the Crit Awards. Please welcome to the podcast, dear listeners, Fish Finlee.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Cool quips and stuff right now. That was my whole. Usually I say the spiel, and so I've got nothing else.
Okay.
I do like that Becca referred to you as an artist.
Which,
By the way, I forgot to say, bless you. As a reference to a thing that did not actually take place during the greeting, but will probably end up in the post-credits.
Yeah. For those of you who listen to the post-credits part of the podcast before you listen to the main content of the podcast.
Which, by your logic, is the best way to listen to the show, because it's listening to the show in chronological order.
I guess that is technically true.
Checkmate, atheists.
Maybe we need a Stitches in Time cut of the Stitches in Time podcast.
Ben has been threatening to do this.
I've been threatening. Listen, hey, it could happen. I've got all my original audio. You ain't got any of the original takes from Doctor Who. I have at least some of the... I got my original audio. I've got access to Mandy's original audio.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Dropbox somewhere.
You'll never get all of my original
full of
audio.
hats and scarves.
Because I'm running out of hard drive space.
Yay.
And
That's a mood. That is.
Yeah, today we're talking about Revolution of the Daleks. The 2021 Jodie Whittaker New Year's Day special. Jodie Whittaker, of course, the 11th Doctor.
Yep.
Of
course. That makes sense. Remind us who the first Doctor is?
The first Doctor is Matt Smith.
Yes.
I need y'all to know that, like, I'm surrounded by people who don't know Doctor Who, so I'm constantly, like, correcting their numbering because they're like, I don't remember it or whatever. I felt the wave in my body go, and then I went, no, I'm around people who know it, so actually this is the bit.
Yeah. So, yeah, Jodie Whittaker is the 11th Doctor Who. Who travels in space and time in
Well, because their name is Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And they travel in space.
And
not
time.
Not time.
Not time.
No,
Oh, you're so right. You're so right.
Yeah.
Their face is just constantly flitting back and forth between a dozen or so assorted chocolates.
Exactly. We're talking about a 21 second clip of this episode.
Not the wildest thing we've done on this show.
No, that is true. This is 2811 BCE. That's another random number generated thing, and this is a scene in which the Doctor is sending the Daleks a message to come and save the Earth from the Daleks.
Yeah.
You know, just normal Dalek stuff.
Normal Dalek stuff happens all the time. Doctor's always like, "Hey, Daleks, come and help us out because you started shit, and now I need you to finish it."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's you have to gotta weaponize their own freaking racism.
Yeah. The only way to fight fascism is with other fascism.
Here's actually an interesting take. It is Buckaroo Banzai Wildington Smith to me that this is not the first time the Doctor has this specific Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, the 11th Doctor Who, has weaponized fascism against...
You're so there's that one scene with the master.
The master, right? Hey, now they know you're a brown man, peace! Like, wow.
That was the wildest thing to me. I loved Sacha Dhawan's master. He was absolutely fantastic. But that scene was the wildest because it was just like, haha, now they know you're a double agent. And now they also know you're brown.
It's like she pulled the tea cloth off of the table and the flowers were still standing, and then she kicked the flowers. Why?
Exactly what happened.
But yeah, and so I love that the Doctor is like constantly thinking, how can I involve fascism in this? Like, this seems to be like a recurring through line in like her go-to, which makes sense. She's a white, blonde, blue-eyed lady. She's a Fox News host.
It's how do I make the fascism not my problem?
Yeah.
I know. I'll bring in other fascism.
Yeah.
Then they'll be distracted.
I know an old lady who swallowed a Nazi. I don't know why she swallowed a Nazi. She swallowed a Dalek to catch the Nazi. and then just that. But then she died immediately because she's, a woman.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And women famously can't digest Daleks.
Well, she's
or Nazis, actually.
Yeah. She has a Dalekanium intolerance. Which is ironic, really, because the Nazis fucking love intolerance.
Can't digest milk, though.
Yeah. Daleks, that's the thing they don't tell you about Daleks. They love milk. They love milk. They cannot get enough of it.
That's why they're always trying to they're always trying to like fight the Doctor, like get the TARDIS and everything, because they know there's that water and milk machine from the Hartnell era.
It's deep in there. There's a machine that just generates water and then it milks a creature off camera.
I just started watching the Hartnell era because I wanted to start watching Classic Who. So I'm doing it from the beginning. And
amazing.
Dude's just an old guy.
Yeah.
That's all of it. He's just an old guy. He passes out at least once every story, and there's some sort of magic food machine. That's it. That's the whole season.
That's William Hartnell. Is that era of Doctor Who is the charming story of a couple of school children who are kidnapped by what initially looks like an old lesbian, but it turns out to be just a guy who likes to dress like a Victorian and have that hair. And they get swept through space and time, periodically stopping to drink milk and watch the Beatles on a big TV.
Yeah.
How far into Hartnell are you right now?
I'm right at the end-ish of season 1. So I'm very at the beginning. Yeah. I made it. I'm trying to make it through, whichever one is the lost episode just after
that one missing Hartnell episode. The Reign of Terror?
Yeah, Reign of Terror. I'm trying to make it to Reign of Terror right now.
Yeah. Reign of Terror is a rough watch.
Because here's the thing is, I have a spreadsheet, so I gotta watch it for the spreadsheet. I can't just skip it.
I also, when I decided to do my big Doctor Who in broadcast order watch, which is the correct way to watch this show, Becca,
false,
that is
false,
your real name.
lies.
Which it
Don't
is.
listen. Don't listen to the lies.
I did a huge spreadsheet to track watching it all in broadcast order, and I only made exceptions for things like, Sharda I would count as the end of season 17 in the Tom Baker era, and I made some other like very minor concessions. But yeah, I made sure to go through and watch everything in the order in which it was all released, which included stopping partway through Hartnell to watch a Peter Cushing movie.
Oh yeah, I have to do that. I have a spot for that on my spreadsheet as well. Mm-hmm. We're ready for that.
The best way to watch the Peter Cushing movies is Riff Tracks did commentary versions, and they are on Amazon.
Okay.
And it's really, I think, the only way to, because I was thinking the pacing
of all of Hartnell so far has been wild.
Yeah, sometimes it's too fast, sometimes it's too slow.
It's never just right.
What kills me is that at one point I was like, I would like one of my friends to watch this classic bit with me, so I'm gonna show them the Dalek episode thing in color, because it's in color, and they've edited it, and they've compressed it so it's a little less long. And I started dying when I realized they'd wholesale sped up a bunch of it. Like, it just went 2x speed for a whole bunch of it. And it's so funny because it's just like, I was watching this in real time, in black and white, and going, I don't know what's happening, but it's fine. And then we're watching it in color, and I'm like, this feels faster. It's because it is. It's because they literally went fast forward.
It's also like...
It's an hour long. They took 7 episodes, like 2.5 hours of Dr. Reginald Vel Johnson Who, and they trimmed it down to slightly less time than the Paul McGann TV movie.
And you know what? I didn't feel like anything was lost.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt.
Here's the thing about the colorized Daleks is that, like, they could have cut so much more than they did and let other things be, because, like, the Daleks episode is like, you know, the first like 4 episodes are them like going to the city, getting captured, and oh gosh, we have to find our way out. And then like they get back to the TARDIS, and like you could do some editing to just be like, oh, and we can leave now. Ta-da, we did it.
No,
Bye.
but you gotta have the bullshit of the Doctor being like,
oh no, the
no,
mercury is gone. Oh, now we have to go back through the swamp and the caves and the... Oh my god.
Here's the bit that killed me. So the Dalek, that whole story, it's the second story. The first story is Doctor kidnaps school teachers and also cavemen. And that's very mid, and it's fine, but it's there.
The first episode is sensational, and then it's 3 episodes of caveman politics.
Yeah. And then we get Daleks. Now here's the thing about the Daleks episode. I knew about the cardboard cutouts. I went into it knowing about the cardboard cutouts. I did not expect to be smacked in the face with the cardboard cutouts so blatantly. And so when it's like slowly panned by, just like 20 of them sitting against a wall, all I could think was whoever was like the prop manager or whatever now just has 20 cardboard cutouts of Daleks, which at the time they couldn't have known it would be a hit. They just were like, I trust that I will need 20 cardboard cutouts of this. Now I have them.
That's perfect.
And then I watched it in color, and I was like, gosh, the colors they've given to these little trash cans with whisks is so stupid. The cardboard cutouts look even more stupid.
But I'll tell you this, it matched the props.
It did.
That is
now that prop manager has 20 cardboard cutouts of Daleks.
Yeah.
For whatever they may need
for whatever reason you may need a flat Dalek. Yeah, that's really that's the platonic ideal of a Dalek, is 20 flat ones.
Yeah. Somebody recently did a explain an episode of Doctor Who badly post that I responded to, and I just decided to describe an unearthly child. And I was like, 2 school teachers get kidnapped by an immigrant family and go for adventures in their mobile home.
It's pretty apt.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's about half a dozen Daleks present, which is too many people to be on one line on a Zoom call. Like, go into separate rooms. Like, go into those like individual pods that they have in startups that don't actually do any soundproofing. So when you go in there to scream, everyone looks at you and is like, "Hey, is Ben doing okay? I mean, is the Dalek doing okay?" It's fine. I
have a question. Is Ben doing okay?
We don't have to talk about that here, where it's being recorded. That's fine. We can move swiftly and promptly on to talking about 22 seconds of the temporal misadventures of Dr. Reginald Vel Johnson Who.
Great. I am going to assume, by the fact that you don't want to talk about it in a recorded space, that you're doing really well and you don't want the podcast listeners to feel bad.
I don't want them to hear me talking about how great my life is. Sad
violin music starts playing in the background.
Does anyone else hear the "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" theme? Is it just... yeah. Anyway, Daleks get a phone call from from Jodie Whittaker, the 11th Doctor Who. And that's the whole thing. We have waffled around this because there's nothing else that happens. It's just that. It's just
hey,
that.
Guys, I've got a Dalek that's causing a little bit of problem, but guess what? He's genetically different to you.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's I don't get why that is a recurring motif, specifically in episodes that Chris Chibnall has written. Specifically.
Oh,
you've got thoughts, please, Fish. by
Oh.
all means.
I make there's a running joke at the moment, which is that I have two ops in this world. I'm fairly non-confrontational. I'm usually pretty amenable to giving everyone the benefit of the doubt. I've got two people that I would fight on site. One is Charlotte from H2O Just Add Water. And the second is Christopher Chibnall.
Christopher Ulysses Chibnall III.
His name is actually Christopher Anthony Chibnall.
Yeah. But Ulysses is cool.
Fish
Everyone's
does-
middle name should be
It's so much
Ulysses.
cooler. But I just
And his home address is this, and his social. Yeah.
No, I just it's just like watching Nshuti's season has given me a new appreciation for the ideas that Chibnall had,
Yeah.
but I cannot give him that much slack because of how poorly the execution went on so much of it. I think the Timeless Child could have been a really, really cool arc if it was implemented correctly, but it just felt kind of half-baked to me. And felt like really unexplained. But that's a bigger conversation. But like to jump to the genetic superiority complex that
Space fascism.
Space fascism, thank you.
Yeah.
Is like it starts really, really early in all of Chibnall's stuff, because the freaking third episode was about Rosa Parks. Like, it's just like we started out with like some people are better than other people, and how do we navigate what the truth of that is? And there's ways to do that, and that didn't pan out correctly at any point that it was brought up. It was always like the focus was on the wrong thing. Because like in the Rosa Parks episode, the focus was on like the Doctor and co. And pulled a lot of agency away from Rosa Parks, who is Rosa Parks. And then like 3 episodes later, we're at Demons of the Punjab, and it feels like the whole story is supposed to be around Yaz's grandma, but so much of the agency is ripped away from Yaz's grandma.
Yeah.
And then like it just kind of keeps going. And so I have a lot of beef. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That's fine. No, you 100%. I have a certain modicum of respect for Chris Chibnall for firstly making the show he wanted to make, and also making, particularly during COVID, getting the show on the air in incredibly difficult circumstances.
Absolutely, 100%.
No, it doesn't mean I like what he did.
Yeah,
I like.
No, exactly that. Literally exactly that.
Yeah, I think we've had this conversation, this exact conversation, both in person and possibly on the podcast before.
This is my first time here, so you know.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things where there are so many choices that Chris Chibnall makes that I think he thinks, and then the Doctor does this, and he never stops to think, "Hey, hang on, why?" Or wouldn't it be cool if ... and then never stops to think, oh, but what are the ramifications of this? How does this affect people who aren't writing the show? How does it affect the characters that exist in that world? Because I think to Russell's credit, and I know that the fandom is very angry with Russell right now because he made Shooting Up will regenerate into a woman whose face we've seen before. But to Russell's credit, like, he took the beats from Flux and The Timeless Child and gave them an emotional weight that Chibnall hadn't. But then didn't do Daleks, which is the focus of the 22 seconds we're talking about. Shooting Up was very upset because he didn't get to.
No, we keep just going, and that happened.
Yeah.
And that happened.
Yeah. There's so little here to talk about. It's Daleks on a conference call, a blonde woman says, "Could you be a little bit racist? Could you come here and do a racism?" And that's it. And the thing that we talk about is the racism as a recurring motif in Chibnall's work, which we've now talked about. And we've been recording for 28 minutes, and I guarantee you only 18 of that has actually been the show. And I guarantee you of that, only 15 has been usable. So where do we go from here?
Yeah.
I do have a little statistic, which I neglected to really mention this in the last couple episodes. It was relevant, but this is really the second appearance of the Daleks in Stitches in Time.
Amazing.
First.
First, they appeared previously in the Daleks' Master Plan in ancient Egypt, where a bunch of ancient Egyptians fought them, and that went about as well as it sounds like that could be expected to go.
So 50% of the Daleks has been that. Wait, no, hang on. Sorry, the first time the Daleks appear on the show, they're being attacked by brown people, and then they hate anyone who's different for the rest of the show. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is that in the Stitches in Time universe? The Daleks we watch them become racists in real time.
we really do.
Jesus Christ.
I want to say that the first appearance of a Dalek casing happens before that in the Space Museum, where William Hartnell hides in a Dalek casing and then does his little
Oh, that laugh, yeah. He sounds like Quan Chi from not Quan Chi, he sounds like Jarek from Jarek's ending in Mortal Kombat 4. That's a niche joke that 4 people are going to get, and I don't care, I said it.
4 people, 1 for each of the mortals combat.
One for each of the Dalek cardboard cutouts we own.
Yeah.
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 Hell yeah. That seems reasonable.
Yeah, so I guess we really are watching Daleks become racist. They're justified in their racist. Wait, hang on. No, I don't want to be on record as saying that.
Just cut to me going,
Tell me more, Becca.
Yeah, tell me so much.
It's
Say more.
It's Daleks being attacked, drawing the wrong conclusions from that encounter, and then becoming fascists, which is often how fascism starts. Drawing the wrong conclusions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Daleks in a wormhole getting a phone call. That's
the whole thing.
Yeah,
and
that's
you made
what it
it
is.
very impressively. You made it rhyme, which no one else has managed to do so far. Daleks in the wormhole getting a phone call. Boom! It's poetry in motion.
that's it.
Yeah.
I'll be here all week.
It's brilliant. What do we think of this 22 seconds and its contribution to the Stitches in Time extended cinematic universe?
Well, this comes immediately after the Horns of Nimon. Actually, let's take a look back.
Let's go to the phones.
At what's happened between the last appearance of the Daleks and this appearance of the Daleks.
Yeah, break it down.
So they show up. They fight a bunch of brown people. Also, they ally themselves with a person of color, but he's not played by a person of color.
The only person of color they like is a person who's not a person of who's it's a cult. Who's themselves doing a racism.
The only person of color they like is a white person of color.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun watching Classic Who. I think it's what I'm
so
hearing.
Good. As
I inch my way through, I think what I'm hearing is I'm gonna have a great time.
There is brown face. There is yellow face. I think the first appearance of a black actor on classic Doctor Who is Tobin in Tomb of the Cybermen, who is the mute strongman stereotype.
Yeah. It's not good, but at least he's played by an actor of the race.
Marco Polo, as a whole story,
Yeah.
was just, what if we like manifest destiny but Orientalism?
Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole. It's like we've got those awful, very violent Mongols who do nothing else except violence and thievery and violence.
That is the thing about Marco Polo specifically, because it's a lost episode, is like, it is this sort of like legendary thing, because there
It's
are
like 36 episodes long or something stupid like that.
It's 7 episodes, but like apparently like the sets are like amazing and like, oh, we wish we could find it. But like if we had found that episode, it would have just been like, this is super racist.
I think I should tell you all about how I
awful.
experienced the episode, though, because I did watch that. And it was via Vimeo clips that people had edited together, where they'd taken screenshots of the show and then literally like movie makered the characters across the screen.
Wow.
And so I got a full viewing. I got to see all of the actors. I got to see some of the backgrounds. They were like still frames from the ones they could recover, and the audio was fine. But it was really funny because it was like it was like they just dragged the PNG across the screen of the Doctor going,
that's incredible.
Yeah, was that loose cannon? It feels like that sounds like a loose cannon reconstruction.
It might have been. I don't remember. It's been a hot sec.
I think the one in Stitches in Time is the loose cannon recon, but I don't think they did. I think it's just stills and like.
Because most of the
recons and stuff.
Most of the recons are just the stills, but there was one that I found that was literally just someone had edited it together like a high school project, and it was the best thing I'd ever seen in my life.
That's honestly incredible.
Here's my theory. The BBC have Marco Polo. They don't want anyone to see it because it's so racist.
I mean,
that would make sense.
That implies that they're aware enough to keep it a secret.
Maybe. I mean, it's the BBC. It's Britain. You know, we're not known for our restraint W/R/T racism.
Yeah, true.
That's why I left and I came to a racism-free country, America,
where there's never been a racism ever.
Not even once.
I do feel like we're talking a lot about like Chibnall and his obsession with racism. It is fucking timely. Like, it is something that is happening, at least. He didn't handle a lot of it well, but it's something
the cynicism, going back to Rosa for a second, the cynicism of there's a time-traveling racist from the deep future. There's racism in the future, Christopher? Really?
The part about that whole like motivation that killed me was that implies that Rosa Parks is the beginning of the end of all of space racism. Are you telling me that at no point in the entirety of human history did humans ever figure out that maybe racism is slightly less than great, other than this specific person?
No, not a single one.
It's inaccurate to like the events that led to Rosa Parks' arrest, but it's also just inaccurate to like how racism is.
I mean, in Chibnall's defense, that is the kind of stupid logic that a space racist might have. Because, like, they're a little bit, I don't know, like, I just saw a study about how, like, Republicans are more likely to be, like, narcissists test positively for narcissism and psychopathy and stuff like that. So,
isn't Psychopathy the comic about the woman who goes ack? Oh no, sorry, that's Kathy. Sorry.
Counterpoint. The Doctor also implies that this is a true thing in the way that they go about solving the space racists' actions.
Oh yeah, I guess that is true.
If we don't,
once they eliminated the space racist, right? If Rosa Parks wasn't arrested, in real life, someone else would have been.
Yeah.
At some point in the coming days, same shit would have happened. The riots would have still occurred, like the boycotts would have still occurred, everything would have still progressed as normal, because that was what happened. It was a culmination of tension. The tension doesn't just dissipate because of the one thing. But because the Doctor is also convinced that Rosa Parks getting arrested is important to the beginning of the end of all of space racism, we have to, now that we've eliminated the space racist, manufacture the conditions in which Rosa Parks can still be arrested. Which is implying that that's the truth and not correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... it felt very contrived. I think it would have been sort of interesting to have them do like a Dr. Light historical about Rosa Parks, almost. Just be like, oh yeah, there's stuff happening in the background, but like, I don't know.
Rosa Parks is only in it periodically?
No, Rosa Parks is the main character.
Okay.
Rosa Parks is...
It was a Rosa Light, is what my brain interpreted.
No.
Light episode about Rosa Parks. Well, she's barely in it. She's barely in most of Doctor Who. What do you want to say?
Look, one of my favorite things about 42, the Chris Chibnall written episode, Rosa Parks is not in it. Love that.
That's a pro, truly. No, but like now that we're talking about it, I'm not sure how much of this is gonna make it in, but like now that we're talking about it.
It's all especially when we have clips that are less than a minute long.
About. Yeah.
It's all tangents. It's all tangents.
Well, now that we're talking about it though, it would have been cool to have an episode that was like someone else was supposed to get arrested and super evil space racist was trying to derail that, and then Rosa got arrested because that didn't happen, and like that was the reality of like it still happened.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been interesting.
All the small actions of all of humanity led to this moment, and this one evil guy couldn't derail that by just being an asshole.
And then like maybe you could have the Doctor and company be like, that's weird, nobody's heard of Rosa Parks. This racist, space racist future guy is clearly manipulating things, and then not realizing that, no, they're bringing it about kind of thing.
It could have been like a Pompeii moment.
Yeah.
And that's it. We fixed Doctor Who, guys.
We fixed
it.
Yeehaw!
I'm gonna go back to my recap of what has happened since we last saw the Daleks.
Yes, sorry, we did not talk about that even a little bit.
We're just all tangents today.
the Daleks learned to be racist in ancient Egypt. And then the 15th Doctor threw a piece of paper out into space, and also a baby disappeared. A black baby disappeared.
Racism.
And then and then Matt Smith pushed Amy Pond out of the TARDIS.
Scottish racism.
And then Wild Blue Yonder happened.
Robot racism.
And then the Toy Maker happened.
That's its own thing, and it's its own flavor of racism.
That's its own flavor of racism. And then we had Horns of Nymon, which is literally about a class of people being, less than another class of people and being fed to an alien.
Oh, really? I didn't pick up on that in the narrative. Curiouser. And then this. So the Daleks were there at the invention of racism, and it's kind of become a permeating through line in everything that's happened in Doctor Who since.
Right. The Daleks ruined Doctor Who.
The Daleks invented racism. Yep, got it, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Daleks invented racism, and then maybe they just needed a certain threshold of like number of racist things to happen until they got back. It was like, oh, we're coming back. Okay, I smell racism nearby. We gotta go participate.
If this is the through line of Doctor Who as you believe it's intended to be watched, we're in a racism arc right now. There is a through line of racism that starts with that clip from the Daleks' master plan and has continued uninterrupted.
Sure. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
There was no having to like tie ourselves into knots to explain how everything was racist between then and now.
No.
Well, I'm hoping that this is the end of the racism arc, and maybe
So am I.
and heck, maybe this is the last time we'll see the Daleks. I don't know. I've never watched Stitches in Time
the
before.
Daleks never show up again in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Did you not watch the show while you were editing it, Becca? I think that's an important. Did you edit this with your eyes closed?
Should I have done that? Oh goodness.
Was I supposed to be paying attention whilst I clipped the show? My bad.
Yeah.
Oopsies.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure whatever look, if the Doctor is calling on the Daleks for help, I'm sure it's for a good reason. And maybe this is the start of a better and brighter future for the Daleks, where they become, nice.
Does that seem likely?
They're already allied with definitely not Donald Trump. There's not really much more they can do.
Oh, that is true. That's forgot how this is the episode with Donald Trump in it.
Oh yeah.
No, he's definitely not Donald Trump, because Donald Trump exists in this world and
Right.
is also running for president, and therefore this cannot be Donald Trump.
Right.
But he does bear a striking similarity in terms of character motivations and what have you.
Mm.
But it's okay, because eventually he'll have a heart attack on a Peloton and it'll be fine.
One can hope.
He'll just fall off the roof of the White House. It'll be fine.
Oh god. Wait, Daleks in a wormhole, get a phone call.
Yeah. Wait.
Boom.
I mean, I think we've exhausted I think we've gotten all the conversation out of this clip that we can.
Yeah, we're gnawing on dry bone right now. We've sucked this thing dry.
It's pretty good. But I'm glad we solved racism at least.
We did it, everyone. Pack it
We
up.
solved
we're going
racism
home.
and there's no more Daleks. Yep, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's smooth sailing for now on for our good friend Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
As he, she, or they travel through space but not time,
Mm-hmm.
telling people, spreading the news that racism is dead, and possibly going to planets and saying racism is dead. And they go, well, what's racism? And the Doctor goes, well, let me explain. Accidentally sowing the seeds of racism to new races and species.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Fish.
Yeah.
Where can people find you on the internet and your work and stuff?
Well, I'm mostly active on Instagram. Fish Finlee is my @ on all the places, but I'm also on various Twitch channels, occasionally doing various TTRPG streams. I do like live performance, so I get to play cool, fun characters going on wacky quests and trying to defeat dragons, and sometimes also racism. But all of my stuff can be found on my card, fishfinley.card.co. It has all of my stuff, all of the stuff that I'm up to, all the stuff that I will be up to, all the stuff that I have done, and the links to all of my socials. I sing, I draw, I play games. It's a very fun time. I do all the things. So
I'm Ben Paddon, pronouns they, them. You can find me online on the internet.
oh, pronouns. I have that sometimes.
Sometimes. No, pronouns optional. Please listen to Jump Leads, a sci-fi comedy audio drama that is best described as Doctor Who meets Red Dwarf by way of Sliders. It's been described as Doctor Who meets Sliders meets Lower Decks, which is my favorite comparison that the show has ever had. Season 1 is out now. Season 2 will be dropping in September. Well, it's October. But should be dropping in the next couple of months. And then please listen to Good Chaotic at goodchaotic.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Good Chaotic is a sci-fi hope core actual play podcast. We're playing the Scum and Villainy system. My friend Dan is DMing it. Is GMing it. Let me start the entire sentence again. My friend Dan Peck is GMing it. I play as a ace fighter pilot, well, not fighter pilot because he's a pacifist. His name is Trip Odometer, and it's the second best character name I've ever come up with in a tabletop RPG. The first, of course, was Chet Vagabond.
Very good.
Good with names. And then you can just find me lurking in the periphery of your vision, but whenever you turn to see me, I'm not there.
I have a new play that's opening on August 23rd.
Ooh.
It's playing the 23rd, the 28th, and the 30th in Hollywood. It's called The Pilgrimage, and it's sort of a religious experience based on a dream I had. But, dramatized and good. My one aim for this play is I don't want you to leave the theater feeling like you just had a dream described to you. Because that's the worst thing that could possibly happen to anyone ever. Yeah, but I'm very excited about it. I've got a great group of people involved. There's a musical number in it. There's some audience participation involved. The Pilgrimage. I'll throw a link in the show notes for the tickets and information. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you'll join us next episode as we talk about the first non-racist Doctor Who episode in a while, City of Death, featuring Julian Glover in in ancient Egyptian makeup. Oh shit! Hang on. Oh god. Oh no.
We can never
through
escape.
line.
This is the way.
Haunting.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Get out of here.
Thanks for listening to Stitches in Time. Music by Becca McGlynn. Art by Mandy Oquendo. Logo by Ben Paddon. Produced by Becca McGlynn and Ben Paddon. Check us out on socials at Who Stitched.
I did a very similar thing with Amazon and accidentally acquired Rayman Legends.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like two copies of it for the price of one.
It's a good game.
I haven't played the game yet because I was just too baffled by having two copies that I stuck it on my shelf and forgot about it.
Well, when you get two
Origins,
copies of
but I like
the same game, it's like, which one do I play? I can't decide. They're both so identical. It's impossible. It's choice paralysis at the highest extreme.
It's like I'm too neurodivergent for this shit. It's like, do I feel guilty? I've just ripped off Amazon. No, I don't feel guilty because I just ripped off
it's Amazon.
Eat shit, Bezos.
I feel empowered because I ripped off Amazon, but
there's the soundbite for the promo. It's just like, do I feel guilty that I ripped off Amazon? No.
No, never. I think my favorite part of that is having the guest go last because they never realize until they're in the middle of it. They'll be like, I'm doing twice as much of this as everyone else.
It's great.
The peer pressure is...
I've got such a terrible joke that I could say.
Do it. Go for it.
Look, I'm already South Asian. I'm usually the only person of color in the room. I'm very used to doing all the heavy lifting.
Oh my god. Incredible.
I am joking. Kind of.
Are you though? Because it feels like maybe you're not.
This is internalized something, huh?
I don't know, man. I scrolled through threads today and saw a couple casts for actual plays for PAX U and was immediately like, choices.
Yeah, let's go for it. Ben, are you prepared for your situation?
I mean, I've never.
I keep asking
the recording.
you that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
I'm good for the recording.
Oh yeah, Zoom usually also suppresses a fair amount
I also
of
just
non-speech
muted my
noises. Oh, well, that works too.
My sneezes sound like I'm screaming. I figured I wouldn't destroy your ears before we started.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
My dad's sneezes always sound like a German man aggressively taking a bite out of a big sandwich. It's like, hey! That's what the sneezes sounded like every time.
No, my sneezes really sound like I'm screaming. And they sound painful. They're not. They only get painful when I start getting sick, so I can tell I'm getting sick because I start feeling it scrape. But until that point, it's just, I'm just loud. I promise, I'm fine.
All of my sneezes, I don't know what this is, but every time I cough, people think that I sneezed, and they'll say bless you.
Oh, I get that.
It's conditioned. It happens so often that it's conditioned me to say bless you when other people cough. and then I get weird
that
looks.
happened when after your show. I like choked on my drink, and you were like, "Bless you," and I was just like, oh, "Okay."
Perfect. Incroyable.
If I'd known that we were going to be talking about the impact of racism across Chibnall's era, I could have pulled out my PowerPoint, because I have a PowerPoint.